everything is going to be all right. Think it won't, and everything is going to be all right, and everything is going to be all right. Check yourself now. Everything is going to be all right. Tone it down, yo, lower your voice and talk loud now. Everything is going to be all right. We are here, and we're making it clear. I'm glad to be here on this Sunday afternoon. Football about to start soon. Maybe a game is going on at this moment, but I know right now we got this thing and we own it. I take it there when the time comes and make sure that we understand, count sums and get the money. Yeah, it's kind of crazy, but we gotta lower our voice and we. All right, today on the today on the Urban Therapy with Sun Show, we are talking about those times when you had to lower your voice. You know, when you think about when you raise your voice at somebody, you know, you have those types of people who talk loud all the time, so you know you can't really regulate the passion that they have in their voices. But for those people who think a lot about what they say and also may listen a lot and are not always trying to overtalk people, when people like that raise their voice, it makes people pay attention. It makes people pay attention to what they're saying. It may make people pay attention to what they're doing. And it may actually scare some people. Some people really get nervous when people who don't usually talk loud start to raise their voice. So we're going to talk about that today. We're going to talk about the impact that raising your voice can have on some people. How it can actually change the dynamic of some relationships. And it can be the point where people start to think that they know people better than they thought they knew them before. So that's how it's going down on the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. And I'm so glad to be here on this Sunday. It's the 14th. We almost done with the first month. I know it's only half, but you understand when you do the math, you know that time flies between me and you. You know how we do, and I'm gonna make the best of this time that I'm here. And I like to see y'all give me a chair. Not a chair that you sit. I mean chair like, yeah. All right, so, yeah, those times when you had to lower your voice. Nothing is more demoralizing. Well, maybe I shouldn't say nothing, but few things are more demoralizing to me than when I'm serious about something or passionate about something and somebody is like, well, you know, you got to lower your voice because I can't listen. You know, people always try to gain control of a situation by saying, you know, well, I can't, if you're going to be yelling or whatever, I'm not going to be listening to nothing that you have to say because I can't pay attention to anybody when they be yelling at me, when they be yelling at me. And it is true for some people. Some people really get rattled when people raise their voices at them. So you may hear certain things being said like, I'm not your child, don't yell at me. And I'm thinking like, so it's okay to yell at a child? No, I don't know. You know, a whole lot of things may be called into question as far as your parenting, you know, skills are concerned when you are the type of person that yells. But we know that some people grew up in households where their moms or their dads was always yelling to wake them up in the morning, yelling to tell them to go to bed at night, yelling when the food is ready to eat, yelling for whatever. You know, some people grew up in households where people were yelling and screaming all the time. Yo, get your ass in here. And what the hell is going on here? And how come? Blah, 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 blah. Boy, girl, I'll tell you what, it's going to be something. Blah, 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 blah. If such and such ain't, blah, 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 then it's going to be something. Blah, 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 today, tonight, or whatever. You're not going to like what I blah, blah, blah. If you don't like what I said now, you sure ain't going to like what I do later. And, you know, some people grew up in households like that. And when you encounter people who have grown up in households like that, then you get a different product. You get different output from those types of people because they're used to people yelling all the time. So it doesn't make them one difference or another. But for people who may have been dealing with people who were more even-tempered, not saying that everybody who raises their voice is always angry. Some people are just loudmouths. I've been accused of being one myself. I know my voice carries. You know, I know my voice carries. I talk loud. My mama talk loud. And neither one of us have a hearing problem. Although, you know, I spent a lot of time when I was younger getting my hearing checked. I used to hear this ringing inside my ears. It wasn't loud, but I guess I was hearing like the little. Yeah, I'm like, I hear something. But I wasn't. I was never hard of hearing, and I blast my music. Been blasting it for 53 years. It'd be 54 years this year. Yeah, I think I hear good. What would you say? So what? Anyway, yeah. You know, my mama talk loud. I talk loud. My dad even, he wasn't a yeller. He wasn't a yeller. But he wasn't quiet. He wasn't quiet. So we're gonna talk about the impact that people have, when they raise their voice, and how it can change the dynamic or the structure of a relationship or of a connection. It can do some things. It can be different. What's going on, Stacy White? Good to see me, some you. And also Care Bear, good to see you too. And Carol Chamberlain, me friend, me favorita, always a good time. It's great to see you. Welcome to the Urban Therapy with Sun Show, y'all. Those times when you had to lower your voice. When somebody tells you, to tone it down when they may be at fault, you may not appreciate that. That's not a good time to tell somebody to lower their voice when they are dead wrong. When they are dead wrong, and you checking them, and they telling you, well, you ain't got to yell. No, you ain't have to do what you did. How about that? Tell me I ain't got to yell. I was not yelling before you did that dumb shit that you did. And you think you slick, and you think you're getting away with it, and it's not going down like that. We got a problem, Houston. We got a problem, LA. We got a problem, Chicago. We got a problem, New York. We got a problem, Philly. We got a problem, Miami. We got a problem, Charlotte, North Carolina. We got a problem, Detroit. We got a problem, Indianapolis. Yeah. When you revving up to check somebody, on some more, what the hell did you just do? And they talking about some, hold on, you ain't got the yell. No! You crashed my car. You did it. You scratched my shit. Or you put my child in danger. Or you did something. Yeah, those times are not the best times to tell somebody to lower their voice. Those are probably the best times to let people get their shit off. Because they just might do that. But the thing is, like I said, it can be so surprising to some people to hear some people raise their voice. Have you ever seen somebody get really passionate and raise their voice? And this is somebody who you've never seen get upset. You've never seen them, act like they're ready to get busy. You've never seen them, get rattled. They may have been quiet, or they may have been really even-tempered, or they just didn't seem like the type that would go off on you. And you seeing them in action. And, when somebody raises their voice, you start looking at their shoulders, you start looking at their hands, their feet, seeing you watching body language to see if they about to back up the loud talk with the you waiting to see what happens. A lot of people associate all that loud talking with, being followed up with the bow. It don't always happen like that for a lot of people. A lot of times, for a lot of people, the loud talking is all that happens. It's all that happens. They just talk loud. They ain't gonna do nothing. They ain't gonna do nothing. They ain't gonna do nothing. Like Bernie Mac said in the Kings of Comedy. Like, he just a lot of talking. He ain't gonna do nothing. He ain't gonna do nothing. He ain't gonna do nothing. I mean, for some people, it's like that. For other people, they giving you the warning sign. That loud talking, once they raise their voice, they're already out of control. And when we talk about being out of control, some people may raise their voice because they are out of control or because they have lost control. And other people may raise their voice in order to gain control. Like, you wasn't listening when I was quiet. You wasn't listening when I was calm. You wasn't listening when I was reasonable. Now the fuck you listening because you know that I'm not playing no more and I'm not going to tolerate not being listened or acknowledged anymore. Now you're taking your own fate into your own hands. It's up to you. It's up to you, son. It's up to you. See, you will start watching the body language. You know, I've seen people get yelled at and they claim that people put their hands up. They claim that people got in their stance. And none of that stuff happened. But when you waiting for the punch or the swing or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Raising your voice can be one of those things. It might not be a good time to tell somebody to be quiet. This ain't a library. Some people can't even keep their voices down in the library. Shout out to people who can't even keep their voices down in the library. All right, so what y'all talking about? Why I told him, boo. Care Bear says, I raised my voice at my mother 3 times in my life. Definitely not something I'm proud of. Because you know what it means. You know what it means. Like, look, I don't usually do this. But you put me in a position where I need to say this. This needs to be heard. And it's probably not a good idea to interrupt me. But there may be times when, even though you may be dead to rights, even though you may have something that needs to be said and needs to be heard and instructions that need to be followed, there may be plenty of times when you still need to calm it down. Certain times, like when the police are involved and you are this complexion, or a little lighter, or a lot darker, or however it goes. We don't have the luxury. Some people get away with it. But for the most part, our history with raising our voices at the police is not a good history. We don't have a good track record of results when it comes to yelling at the cops. Especially when there's no audience, no cameras or anything like that. We don't have a good record of making sure our voices are heard when the police come. It's more like you have the right to remain silent. Let's do that. Even though you may be wrongly accused, falsely imprisoned. Yeah, it might be better for you to save all of that and just request to speak to your lawyer and nothing else. I'll give you my ID and that's it. No words. Those times when it's probably best for you to lower your voice. Or when you are at work and your bottom line, your job is on the line, even though your boss may be a dickhead, even though your coworkers may be off the chain, even though conditions of fairness may be grossly unbalanced in the workplace. You need that next check and the next checks that follows that. At least until maybe you can find a new gig or, have some things done in your favor or in the favor of the parties that are associated with you. But yeah, you might have to keep it down. You can't be in a board meeting, even a safety meeting, getting all crazy loud and passionate. Yeah, and such, just don't be doing this shit right. And I'm sick of this shit. And even though you might be spitting all that accurate shit, yeah, you got to keep it down. Because HR ain't trying to hear it. And all of a sudden, what's supposed to be fair ain't nowhere near fair. All because you raised your voice. So now your message, the message that you were sending, the important message that you were sending, it got caught all up and twisted and manipulated, and you ain't winning. And it's not fair. Stacey White says, my voice tends to go up. I could dig it. Care Bear says, I raised my voice at my boyfriend before. Or best friend before. I regretted it immediately. There was a tone that he gave back to me that had me rethink my passionate plea. Oh. Mm. Mm. Now that's interesting. Yeah, like I said, raising your voice or hearing somebody's voice raised along with maybe some strong body language. Like I said, all of a sudden their shoulders went from this width to that width. Like, this nigga is transforming. He's expanding. He's getting bigger, taller. I'm trying to tell you, the nigga wear a size 11 shoe. But when his voice is raised, he wears 16. This nigga got on 6 Shaq shoes when he get mad. He got on Shaqs. He wore 11. And I'm telling you, when he's calm, when he's good, he ain't but 5'9". When he get mad, when he get angry, the nigga grew up to be like 6'4". 260. Big. On some defensive lineman turn. I don't know what's going on. He looking like an edge rusher right now. We ready to put him in the game on tomorrow. We ready to put him on the line. I know he can get some sacks. I know he can get some sacks. Cameron says, okay, wait. Oh, that. All right, she took, okay, wait. She said, it's about to go down once a person does the shoulder shimmy doing it. Yeah, that ain't a good thing to do when you. Yeah, well, you know what I mean. I see what you trying to do and what you trying to say is like. So what's up? Ain't nothing crazier than when a motherfucker raise his voice all to stop it. But so what's up? All right. So you know what I mean. You all right. You said what you wanted to say. I'm saying what I want to say, and we're gonna end it all with this. What you trying to do? What you trying to do? What's up? Well, like I said, it can change the whole dynamic of a relationship. It can change everything. You might be right about what you're saying, but what did they say? It's not what you say, it's how you. Well, it's not what you do, it's how you do it. You know how they say that? Yeah. Carol Chamberlain, she says, I try hard not to raise my voice. It's hard because people will take you there by not listening the first time. When I had to raise my voice, it's serious. When I have to raise my voice, it's serious. You don't seem like a yeller, but you can tell by the way you talk and the things that you talk about. You can tell that there are times where I can tell the gloves come off. You can tell. You can tell. Like, listen, y'all wasn't listening. Those times when you've had to lower your voice. You ever have a whisper You ever have a whisper argument? Yo, I told you not to fucking do this shit, man. See, you want to play? You want to fucking play? All right, okay. We gonna see. Okay, all right, okay. As soon as when we get back home, when we get in the car, when we get out of here, I get you to listen. I need to talk to you for a minute. You heard what I said. I need to talk to you for a minute. All right, okay, it's cool. Okay. I see you on the front with all these people around. Oh, you got your people. Okay, you got your people around you right now. You got your people around you. Okay, all right. Okay, but I'm gonna see you a little bit later. I'll see you a little bit later. No, you heard what I said. No, I ain't gonna say. Okay, now, this ain't the time or the place. But everything is all good. You know, the mad smile. Nah, everything aight. Nah, that's cool. It's cool, dude. It's cool. Everything good. All right. A little later on. We ain't got to talk, man. You know what I mean? Them whisper arguments. Woo. I told you, stop playing with me. I told you not to do that shit. What you doing here? Oh, okay. All right. Oh, you want me some? Okay. All right. You got yours. You winning. You winning. All right. Stacy White says, I'm so passionate. I will say what I got to say. Then I will walk. Okay. She says, then on, I will let God deal with you. You know how it is when black women get God on you. It's like a root. Care Bear says, I don't ever want to get used to being in a mental and emotional space, especially with a significant other. I can't respect a man who constantly puts me in that headspace. Carol says, LOL, Omar, you think you know me? No, I don't. Care Bear says, Carol, your voice sounds like you will shut shit down. You are not for play. Oh, but she say that. Okay. But I can't. Okay. See, calm people drink tea. Yellers, they drink coffee. Let me do this. Urban Therapy with Sun 752. This is the Urban Therapy with Sun show. We do this every single Sunday from 1 p.m. till around 2:30-ish. And the reason that we say 2:30-ish is because sometimes it gets so heated that we just have to do a little OT on a Sunday. And it is Sunday. This is the show where adults come out and play with other adults. We laugh, we cry, we argue, fuss, and fight, go back and forth with each other, bust it up all crazy. We take an introspective look into our own personality to see the way that the universe projects us into this thing called the world and try to figure out this thing called life. I'm your host, Sun 752, aka Omar with the and if you can't say Omar with the well, then you should say Omar with the R. This is the Urban Therapy with Sun show. Today, we are talking about those times when you had to lower your voice. Those times when you had to lower your voice. What does raising your voice mean to other people? What does it mean to you? What does it mean to you when somebody raises their voice? Because like I was talking about a little bit earlier, for some people, if you raise your voice in them, it doesn't matter if you're telling them that Jesus is coming. He's here. He's here. He's at the door. Get your shit together. It's Jesus. If you're yelling, they're not listening. They're not receiving that information. And it could be because the vibration, voices cause a they have vibrations. They have energy. And that's why some people's voices really relate to others and attract others to some people where other people, like something about their voice just turns you off. You don't want to hear nothing they have to say. The most important things that they may have to spit out of their mouths, you don't want to hear it because their voice may really, really not jive with your spirit. So you think about a voice that you don't like and now it's yelling at you. It can change some things, rearrange some things. Same thing is the voice that has soothed you, attracted you, turned you on, and you hearing that voice get raised and it's being directed at you. It's like, what was that movie? Was it Mahogany? Was it Mahogany? Billy D. Williams was in Mahogany, right? Was that the movie where he reached his hand out? He was like, "Are you waiting for my hand to fall off?" It was a fly line. One liner. You waiting for my hand to fall off? Was that Mahogany? I think it was Mahogany, right? Do you know where you're going to? Well, assuming that, you were attracted to Billy D. Williams back in the day, suppose that voice that attracted you so much, like his may have, imagine that yelling at you. Like, no, you can't look at the person in the same way. But would that make you improve your behavior to make sure that they don't yell anymore? Or would it turn you off to the point where, I thought you was fine, but you ain't all that. You're okay. You're okay. You got that Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde thing going on. I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. What would it be for you? All right. Let me see. Stacy says, Omar, you know me so well. Prove it. Care Bear says, Omar, me, you, and Carol all drink tea. Okay. I guess that's true. Stacey White says, coffee, me, I'm not, coffee is me, I'm not ashamed of it. That's what's up. And, uh-oh. And Carol says, of course, you can say that you're my bestie and watch that coffee remark. Stacey White says, I don't have to raise my voice. I can get God and he'll do the fighting for me. Okay. Stacey says, I guess you're talking about Billy D. Williams. So he was very handsome. A lot of women agree with that. Carol says, I hate being yelled at. My feelings get hurt easily. I'm glad you brought that up. I want to talk about that. Care Bear says Billy D was fine. Emily Dunlap in the house. I said, Emily, what's going on? Feelings get hurt when people raise their voice. I've always wondered about that because, you know, like I was starting to touch on a little bit, you know, voices have vibrations, you know, so some people's voices, you know, you could probably listen to all day. Like, just go ahead. They could be doing nothing but, you know, doing a Stevie Wonder, la, 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 la. La 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 la. You like, oh my God, I just love the way you la la. Keep la laing. And then there's some people who may have voices that turn you off so bad. It's like listening to, you know how like people don't like my cousin's voice. My cousin Macy Gray. That's my cousin. Her name is Natalie McIntyre. She's from the West Coast. She's my cousin. That's my cousin. Natalie McIntyre. That's her real name. Macy Gray. That's my cousin. Everybody knows it. Anyway, a lot of people don't like her voice. She has a voice that a lot of people don't like. Same thing with Erykah Badu. And it's funny how they made a song that was a hit record, you know, the Sweet Baby song. You know, two people with voices that are those voices. You know, like Billie Holiday used to have. Some people really like Billie Holiday, and some people are like, I don't want to hear that shit. You know, like she can't sing. But it's the voice. Sometimes it appeals to some, and for those who it might appeal to, might be the ones like, I want to hear. I want to buy all of their records. I want to hear everything they have to say. And for those who don't like their voices, like, I don't even like the music. The beat's trash. The music sucks. The lyrics ain't no lyrics. It sounded to me like she throwing up on a record. Sweet, sweet baby, life is crazy. But but one thing and I'm sure that you have had people who were close to you where their voice just wasn't good for you. And you know, a newborn baby picks up on your voice straight from birth. And people say that's one of the ways they identify their mom and their dads. That's how babies identify their parents. They say they smell. They say that babies have a really strong sense of smell at birth. How do they know this? I don't know. But they say that the senses are very heightened in the beginning of birth. I mean, they've been in the dark for 9 months or so. And but the voices of their parents have been said to be the identity marks or the identifying marks that newborn babies use to make the connection, the reconnection between the baby and the mom. Because if you think about it, the baby has already heard the mom's voice while he or she was inside of her, but now he or she has to get familiar with the voice outside of the womb. So it's a different kind of vibration. So if you are born to parents that are always raising their voice, that are always yelling and screaming, that are always over talking, that are always raising their voices, then you get used to that, and it may not be such a big turn off for you. But then again, it may have been a big turn off for you since birth. And people may wonder, how come you and your mom or your dad never really got along? And you may not even understand it. But one thing you did know was that you couldn't stand hearing their voice all the time. It was always yelling at you. It was always disciplining you. It was always questioning you. It was always demeaning you or humiliating you, or getting you to do something that you didn't feel like doing. And somebody else could say the same things to you or ask the same things of you, and you may be totally accepting of it or amenable to it. But when your mom or your dad may have done the same thing or asked the same thing, you may have been like, oh God, and it could have been their voice. And it could have been their voice because they raised their voice all the time. Like, you don't have to yell at me all the time. What singers, what artists, they could be singers, they could be artists, they could be actors, whatever. What voices come to your mind when you think about voices that were very attractive to you, and voices from some celebrities that we may know, that where you don't want to hear anything they have to say? Anybody come to mind? I mean, y'all can take your time on that, but think about it. And maybe, or maybe not, maybe you've thought about why you felt that way. And maybe you just never noticed it. You just knew that you don't even want to hear him talk. You don't even want to hear him talk. Let me think of some people's voices who I don't like. And I'm not gonna lie, man. And even though people think I have like this big prejudice against her, Whoopi Goldberg's voice turns me off. I don't know if it's her voice, or if it's her cadence or whatever, but I don't like it. I never did. Something about, like, she is, and I know this because she had a radio show for a while. Remember, Whoopi had a syndicated radio show for a while. I don't know if she has it anymore, but she was doing a damn thing for a minute on the radio. And I remember listening to her a few times. I was like, wow. Carol says, I have one brother that I can't stand his voice. It irks me. It be like that sometimes. And have you ever hear somebody talk and you think that they're actually, like, they don't actually talk that way? Like, maybe they're trying to imitate somebody else. Like, you didn't used to talk like that. I was actually seeing people do that. Like, they used to talk this way, and then you see the influence of somebody that they admire or whatever, and now they starting to talk like that. Sort of like Tina Turner when she moved to France. I'm like, Tina Turner, you listen to Tina Turner's early works. Where Tina Turner from? Like Tennessee somewhere? Never graduated high school, that kind of shit there with Tina Turner. She was a baby out there rolling on the river. Proud Mary, rolling on the river. And then all of a sudden she sounded like she's straight European. Like, oh, okay, that's what we doing? Yeah. Well, Well, let me see. Stacey White likes Omar Epps' voice. That's interesting because like somebody like Omar Epps doesn't like. I'm thinking like his voice. What like would I recognize his voice if I didn't see him talk? Some people have those voices where like you're gonna recognize their voice, like if they do voiceovers for for like cartoons or something like that, or commercials, or like Eddie Murphy. You always know when it's Eddie Murphy talking. You do not have to see it, like because he has a certain style and the way his voice is. Like you always know it's Eddie. You're never going to get that by mistake. You're never going to mess that up. Norris Hill says Michelle A. Oh my God, yeah. When you listen to Michelle A talk, and I hate to say it, man, she sound dumb too, and she's not. Like, is it me, Norris, or does she sound unintelligent, but at the same time you can tell she knows some shit? Like she might be diabolically intelligent. Like I can see why she caused a rift between Dr. Dre and Suge Knight. Like, oh, this little slick. But she sound like I would like to say she sound like a baby. Now, how that baby voice belts out those notes when she sings, it does not match. It don't match. Remember the movie Police Academy, and the black cop, the black female cop. You remember how they had all timid and all of that? But it was time for her to get busy. She yelling and taking command. Get on the ground! And they're like, what the hell? Okay. Hold on. Stacey says, my father knew I had a sensitive heart and he would never yell at me. Oh, that's cool. All right. Carol says, Martin Short, his voice irritated me to no end. Okay. Jim Neighbors, Gomer Pyle. That's either you gonna rock with him heavy or you gonna be like, I don't want to hear. I think I was leaning more towards like I don't want to hear him. And I always wondered, like, is that a character? You heard Jim Neighbors sing before. He's a crooner. He be singing. Like, yo, this dude can sing. Sing. Gomer be belting out them notes. He be belting out them notes. He could have been another part of the Rat Pack. But let me see. Okay. Carol said that's why I can't stand my brother's voice. Okay. Queen Monica. And she says, I don't like when people switch to the very proper mixed with the New York accent. Okay. Emily says, right, Norris, I really didn't like her voice. Now her voice is worse than Martin. Oh, Norris Hill said Tone Loc. Oh, man. And Tone Loc had a very distinct, like, you always wonder, like, what's wrong with his voice? Like, you really talk like that? Like, yeah, that's the way Tone Loc talk. That's how he talk. Hasta la vista, baby. Listen, he had his 2 hits, and it was major. Stacey says, I love Michelle A's voice. She's different and powerful. Are you talking about a singing voice? Carol Chamberlain says, Master P, too. Now, yeah, you find Master P's voice to be irritating? I didn't. I always like the things that one thing I like about Master P and his voice is that He never lost his southern edge. You know, he would tell you about, how he rose to success and all of that, but he never felt the need to try to be proper or whatever. And I always kind of dug that about Master P's voice. But maybe the whole thing, I don't know. He don't even do that no more. But I don't know. Let's see. No, it says my son's mom sounds like her. What the fuck was out there? Wow. He says she do sound like a baby. Yeah, Carol, like she playing dumb. But you can hear, but the shit she be saying, like, this chick ain't dumb. She playing dumb. She got people believing that she dumb, but no. She's stupid like a fox. Crazy like a fox, as they say. Yeah. Okay. Stacey White says, I do not like Mystical's voice. Talk about yelling. He yelled on every track Mystical was definitely a hype. I wonder if he was yelling all the time when he was raping. Yeah, Mystical. Michael got a problem. He locked up now. He ain't gonna be home for. Oh, he really got a problem with the sexual assault thing. He got a problem. Emily says, Carol, did I see a comment about Master P? Because don't do that. Emily says, Percy Miller is my favorite crush husband. Carol doubled down like, Emily, yes, you did. And yes, I did. Okay. Carol says, that's what I don't like. He was too Southern, maybe. Well, that's kind of like what I don't like about Steve Harvey. Because I don't know. But if we talk about yelling, well, we're talking about voices and how they may attract you or irritate you, And I'm really wondering, and I'm sure that there's been some psychological studies done with this. I wonder if a person's voice can have an impact on whether you like them or not. We know that it has an impact on whether you will reject or accept the information that they give. But will it actually make you like them or dislike them? Well, let's give it a try. Nothing beats the old college try. Let's see. Can someone's voice determine whether you like them or not? Okay, let's see what we got here, y'all. Let's see what we got. Let's see. 5 things a person's voice can tell you. Okay, let's see. It's not exactly the question I was asking, but it says, okay. Wow, they say sexual orientation. Wow. Gaydar may be a real thing. A 2011 study found that listeners could pinpoint men who identified as gay at better than chance rates. When participants heard the men say 2-syllable words, their accuracy increased to 75%. The key information seemed to be contained in the vowel sounds. Okay, wow. Okay, tall voice. There's such thing as a tall voice? Okay, height can become apparent just by listening to someone's voice, according to a study presented at the 2013 Acoustical Society of America meeting participants who heard just a few lines spoken could distinguish the tallest of the two speakers about 2/3 of the time, and could also put a group of 5 people in order according to their heights. That sound right to y'all? Because I don't know. Can you tell how tall a person is by? Okay, maybe some people do sound like midgets. I don't know, but if you look at like if you consider Shaquille O'Neal to have like a voice of a tall person, and I would agree. I would think that maybe it's just because I know that he is tall, but he sounds like a taller person. But then you listen to somebody like Karl Malone, and I don't know if any of y'all have heard Karl Malone talk, but he don't sound tall. Karl Malone is like 6'7", and he's don't that little he don't sound tall. Let me just say that he don't sound tall at all. He don't sound tall at all. All right, what else can it tell you? Okay. Age clues. You can tell how old somebody is by their voice. I think so. Some people do sound elderly, like really elderly, like sound like an old man or a very young person. Disguise foiled. What's that? Turns out that the human brain isn't so great at deciphering everything from a speaker. A study presented at the 2013 of the meeting of the Acoustical Society of America found that a computer algorithm could beat real humans at detecting voice actors who were disguising their voices. Okay. Sex appeal. You can tell somebody's sex appeal from. But listen, I need to know. Can somebody's voice make you like them? Like, will you put up with somebody's shit just because of the way they talk, just because of their voice? Like, they be lying, they be gossiping, they be blah 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 blah. But I can listen to them all day. I just love them. I just love them. I don't know. I don't know. Let me see. What we got? Carol says Steve Harvey irritates my soul, and them horse teeth. Carol also says it is Emily when you from up north and can't understand. Because Emily said there's no such thing as too southern. You got to be from the south to say something like that. Shit, this is the same thing. This is such thing as too East Coast. Everybody don't be understanding that shit that New Yorkers be talking about. Even if you from Philly. And you definitely don't understand everything people from Philly be talking about. Even me. Sometimes I'll be like, what the? Like, all right, people from Philly have this thing that they do. And by the way, people from Philly yell a lot. They some loud talkers. But they have this way of dragging their words out like they whining. Like, no, he wasn't even doing that. Come on. What is you doing? No. For real. Like, yo, nigga, you singing. Come on, shorty. You know what I mean? This shit is too over. I don't know if y'all ever noticed the people from Philly do that. They do. It's very consistent. Man, yo, he was tripping. That's definitely a difference between New York and Philly. New Yorkers cut their words off, kind of soon, early. Like, no, nah, yo, what you talking about? Why you do that? Nah. Philly gonna be like, yo, what's wrong with you? Why he do that? Oh shit. Oh man. Definitely difference. That 100 miles is 100 miles of cultural differences. That's why people be like, nah, I ain't gonna use myself as an example. Because people think I'm from New York all the time. It's not fair. I am from Germantown, Philadelphia. Born and raised. All right. All right. Emily said Carol go stand in the corner. Yeah, ain't no way Carol doing that. Hold on. I'm trying to get to all y'all comments. All right. Carol says, Omar, just like most of the people we named, we have said we don't like them based on their voices. Okay. So y'all kind of agree that somebody's voice can make you like them. Is it fair? Is that fair? That don't sound fair. Like, yo, it's just my voice is how I talk. Yeah, but I can't stand you. I had to say it in Philly. I can't stand you though. Yeah. You be sounding dumb. Micah says, how about the guy that does the Philadelphia auto commercial? I gotta think of which one it is. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I've seen it. Okay. I guess Carol saw it. Emily says that's why sometimes people use the expression you don't sound like how you look or however they word it. Okay. Carol says, I don't think so. I've mistaken some people being tall by talking and see them and they're not. Yeah, I don't that tall. Like I said, that Karl Malone thing. Ain't nobody 6'7" with that much weight on them got no business sounding like that. You Tweety Bird. He sound like a bitch. Okay. Emily says, so Carol, do I sound tall or short? You sound short. I'm just put it out there. All right. Average girl weight. I mean, height. That's what you sound like. Somewhere between 5'2" and 5'7". Carol says, what are you trying to do? Today, bust my chops. You talking to Emily? This is funny. Y'all bugging today. All right. Okay. Emily says, I am short, 5'4". Okay. He says, yes. Yeah, she from Georgia. Carol says, oh, I hate that whining. But it's consistent. Yo. Oh, shit. Man. Yo, that nigga be bugging. Yo, he was bugging. And he says, I hate people that whine when talking. It's irritating. Monica just said, wow. Yeah, because we might not notice it until somebody but it's true. Yo, look at his girl. You see his girl? Oh, yo, it's shorty. Yo! Am I lying? Yo, what's up with his girl? Yeah. And these new Philly chicks, and I say they new Philly chicks because Philly chicks did not used to talk all hard like dudes and have all this type of butch energy. It didn't used to be like that, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Yeah, so you know what I mean? So I told the nigga, you know what I'm saying, that it's gonna be like this because shoot, he a plug ass nigga anyway, and you know, trying to be all Joe. I'm like, where y'all get that from? I ain't repping that. I ain't claiming it either. Y'all got too much LGBTQ energy. For real, a lot of these Philly chicks nowadays really have you wondering, like, you got a man, but I'm wondering if you with your man. Because it sounded to me like you might be with a girl too. Or want a girl. I don't know. All right, Stacey White says, some females sound like a man. Boom. Right there. Gail says, it's on the radio, Omar. Okay, if you make $3,500 a week. Oh, if you make $350 a week, okay. You can get approved. That guy, okay. I don't know. I don't listen to the radio either. I don't know. Okay, Emily says, I do not raise my voice for any reason and will not talk to anyone that talks in a loud voice. When they're ready to talk normally, I'll probably be ready, but not before. What if you wrong though? What if you wrong? What if you wrong? What if you wrong? Okay. All right. Oh, Emily says she might have to put herself in the corner. Oh shit, Emily. Oh, Emily. Dag, Emily. Y'all don't believe me. Remember when Eve, the rapper Eve on her first album, she had a lot of Philly niggas when they're just talking on her skits and stuff like that. And remember on the 90 skit, seconds. On the skit before she does that song, the song about domestic violence, about her girlfriend, going through a violent situation with her boyfriend. And in the beginning of the song, in the beginning of the skit, I could tell it wasn't them Rough Rider cats from New York doing the skit. Cause the boy was like, hey yo Mimi, you know you hang. You know you hang. And I was like, ain't no New York nigga talking like that. Not at all. He's straight off the streets of Philly. He could be from nowhere else. Hey Mimi, hey yo Mimi, you know you hang. Now what I thought was interesting is the first dude talking was obviously from New York. But the dude responding, the one that was like, you know you hang, he was from Philly. Like, I could tell it didn't match up. One, words were shorter. The other one's words were longer. Okay. Carol, come. I'm Emily a chicken. You a chicken, Emily? Bop, 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 bop. This whole show, we Y'all could have called in if y'all wanted to. It don't matter. It don't matter. We here. We here. We here, y'all. All right. All right. We about to get on about it here. But yeah, somebody yelling at you, somebody raising their voice, and even yourself in times when you've had to lower your voice when you were really passionate about something, that could have actually added fuel to your fire. When you have to be quiet, when you really have something that needs to be said, and you don't feel like people are trying to hear what you're trying to say, or they're not trying to listen, it can ruffle your feathers to the point where you may or may not be accountable for your actions afterwards. Sometimes when you got to get your shit off, you got to get your shit off. You ain't trying to hear nobody telling you that you got to lower your voice. You ain't trying to hear it. MAGA Cunningham says, your voice is irritating. Okay. You came just in time. We're about to go anyway. But if I'm irritated, I'll be back here irritating with this voice every day. We do this every single day, every single day, every day. Every day it rains. So if you want to be irritated a little bit more, every day. And by the way, hit the like button, share the show, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. You know what I mean? I appreciate that. Appreciate it. Okay, Emily says, okay, wait. Stacey says, we don't want to make nobody start crying. And Megan Cunningham says, the singing is even more irritating. Well, let me do some more. Any requests? I said, every day it rains, every day it rains, and the DG will do the same. We break it down, baby. Every day it rains, and the DG will do the same. Every day it rains, and the DG will do the same. Every day it rains, and the DG will do the same. Every day it rains, and the DG will do the same. Yes. Yes, thank you, Mega Cunningham. Thank you. Mega Cunningham. Mega Cunningham. Mega Cunningham. Mega Cunningham. Mega Cunningham. Let's do it, y'all. Let's do it. Let's do it. Thanks. Come on, Mega. Let's do it. Mega Cunningham. 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 Thanks for coming on through, Mega. My voice is irritated. Coming through, Mega. My voice is irritated. Yeah, right now. You might just be hearing, but to you, my voice is very irritating. Mega Cunningham. 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 I said Mega Cunningham. I said Mega Cunningham. I said Mega Cunningham. I said Mega. Mega Cunningham, Mega Cunningham, Mega Cunningham, Mega Cunningham, Mega Cunningham, Mega Cunningham. Hey, goddamn, I said a Meg. Okay. You good? You wanted attention? You got it. See, you come here to the Urban Therapy with Sun Show, Daily Go Get Mism, and get your issue. You feel better? I do. I do. Let's do these birthday shout outs. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious January 14th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special, because they are special, because they are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They get number one out the box. My girl Nancy Bell turning 52 years old today. And also Shay of Five Formations. Happy birthday to you. And Tamika Willis turning 41 years old today. And Latoya Putnam, happy birthday to you. And Providence Ridgeway turning 55 years old today. And Haya Zaya turning 38 years old today. And Venus Rising turning 53 years old today. And Lavanya Scott turning 60 years old today. And Erica Smith turning 47 years old today. And Nicole Singleton, happy birthday to you. And last but not least, my man, Go Getter Stephen Allen turning at 54. Turning 54. What you here for, my man? I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all. And I hope that today finds you all a good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And that goes out to each and every person out there born on this glorious January 14th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out. Block on to do the damn, the rock out. Block on to do the damn, rock out. Block on to do the damn thing, to do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind, and anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, man, yes, listen, when somebody raises their voice at you, it might send your nervous system into a tizzy, and you might just start feeling a little. There are probably more psychological reasons that are involved with why or why not we respond positively or negatively to somebody raising our voices at somebody. But when it's time for us to raise our voice at somebody and we have to shut it down, slow it down, lower it down for whatever reason, it should put us more in touch of how the things that we say and what we say and the way that we say it and the tone that we say it, how it affects other people. And if we are progressive enough, then we actually care. And, you know, there are always going to be people that say, look, I talk the way I want to talk. I don't care what nobody say. You know what I mean? You don't like what I got to say, then you ain't got to be around me because I got that. And I'm like that. And if you the type that's soft and don't have the type of nerves that really deserve somebody to be giving you an accommodation where you can keep stepping. I see you later. Damn, Maggie Cunningham, I gave you all that attention and now you still bitching? She said, this is a dumb show. Okay. Why are you still here? She said, oh, you're too old for all that kid jewelry. You seem like you want to be young. Oh, okay. Yup. I got, I got all this old. Well, my jewelry is pretty old. So I'm old. I'm 53. My jewelry is as old as it is. Look, I got some new stuff. Look, nice new bracelet and all that. Look, but it's kind of like an old school bracelet. You know, the nugget joint. You know what I'm saying? I like it. You like it? I like it. You know. Got it off layaway. Good. So, you know, everybody ain't gonna like everything that everybody does. And I'm glad that she highlighted that because, or if it's a she, because it could be it's the internet. You don't know if somebody is a he or she or shim or whatever. But one thing is for sure, the way that somebody talks to you is either going to attract you to them or it's going to make you not want to be around them at all, not only in their eyesight, but also in their earshot. And it could all be because of their voice or the way that they spoke to you or whatever. So, but it goes the way it goes. I know, right? Carol said, your name says it all, MAGA. And she had a nerve to put an extra G in it. I don't know if that's supposed to throw somebody off. I don't know. But MAGA will be here tomorrow night. Like later on tomorrow night. Monday, like around 11 o'clock, you'll see us here. If you want to come through, cool. Matter of fact, hit the like button, MAGA, or hit the don't like button. You can hit the dislike button. But subscribe to the channel or not. Just keep, you don't have to really subscribe to the channel. You could just like keep coming through. You know what I mean? You just keep coming through. It ain't nothing. Okay. Oh, MAGA just came to stir shit up. Hey, let's see if that's a real account. Is MAGA a real account? Does she have any subscribers or anything like that? You think? Did she just make it today? Let's see. Or he? 200 cheap bracelets in that slum jewelry. You guys, the slum jewelry. It must be from somebody from New York. It must be somebody from New York, because we don't say slum jewelry around here. And I never heard him say that from down south either. Anyway, you're getting too much time. Dang, if it was a little earlier, you could have called in. We'd love to hear your voice. Well, people who trolled on, a lot of times they don't want you to hear their voice. A lot of times. When you're trolling, baby. Trolling. Oh, she said correct, New York. Okay. So that makes sense. So it's probably a dude, because I don't think that it's a female. So it's probably a dude posing as a female. And, What part of New York are you from? That's what I want to know. What part of New York you from? Because we can do streets. All right, let's get out of here, y'all. All right. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure that y'all share the show. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. We will be back tomorrow. You know how it go. Oh, you supposed to be from the Bronx? You ain't from the Bronx. All right. All right. So, mahalo at y'all. Y'all have a good night. Have a great day. Be safe. The Cowboys need to lose. The Chiefs did their thing yesterday. The Texans beat the Cleveland Browns. Like, what was that? 45-14. What was that? Go Green Bay. Go Green Bay. Maggie Cunningham says, you don't know anything about New York? Okay. You're right. I don't know a thing. And I'm definitely not going to repeat anything that I might have said before about New York. You're right. I don't know nothing about it. Nothing. All right, y'all. We out. Have a good night. Good night.